Time to welcome in Nick Childress. Time to get fit with Nick from Private Gym Training. Good morning, Nick.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hard to get here with that cold.
Yeah, I know. It's really cold outside. But you'd never know it in here. You'd think it was 80 degrees because both you, Nick, and Tim are wearing short-sleeve shirts here in the control room.
Yeah.
When it's, I'm in here bundled up like an Eskimo. So
It does feel 80 degrees in here. Yeah.
It makes me think, and I know you have something else to talk about, but when you get fit and something that you can help folks with, do you think you feel the cold weather as much as you do if you're unfit?
Yeah, I actually have an article about this on my website. There's a lot of changes that people don't expect, and one of them is you get colder. It's colder in the winter, you're not as hot in the summer. And especially when you're actually dieting, cutting calories to lose weight, your metabolism kind of slows down and your body wants to conserve energy, so you just don't run as warm.
Okay.
So even when you hit a specific weight, it's going to fluctuate based on what your diet is.
I thought it was just because I'm naturally getting older, in my case.
Well, your metabolism is going to slow down generally in that case as well. But, yeah, it can be a number of things.
Double whammy for some folks there.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Yeah. Last week you joined us here, and you were talking about a number of things here, the possibilities that you may be, an individual may be facing and the path they want to take. You wanted to kind of finish up on that conversation.
Yeah. I was speaking about vision, and I want people to understand that no matter where they're at, they can always improve. And it's not about perfection. It's not about, can I look like this fitness model or this celebrity? It's about, can I be a better version of myself? And with vision, we see it lacking everywhere today. We see it lacking in politics, where most people are middle of the road. They're not bringing new ideas. They're talking about small incremental changes to things. We do have those outbreak politicians with big ideas and controversial things, but again, they become controversial. We see it in film where everything's a remake, everything's a sequel. To get a new idea made in Hollywood is nearly impossible, especially if you want a big budget. I think we've all seen it where we work. We've all worked for companies where their goal is to cut costs as much as possible. It's not to innovate. It's not to bring new market. How many companies can you guys mention that are actually bringing new ideas to market right now?
They're small and unheard of right now. They may come around. It's sort of like you were talking about the politicians. They're if anything comes out, it's bound to be controversial and mired up in the courts.
Yeah, they're small. They're getting eaten by the big guys, and the big guys, Tesla, Apple, Google. I can't really think of any other big ones who are really making innovative changes. I don't even know that Apple's really done anything new since the iPad. So,
really.
So we see it everywhere. We see it in our relationships too. Some people will meet a new person and literally give them 30 seconds, and if they're not whiz-bang pow knocked off their feet, about somebody, then they're on to the next person.
Sounds like speed dating or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's the way a lot of people think of it.
Yeah.
But if you can, in relationships, people are slow burns, and you can see potential in people. That person you just met, they may play an instrument, they may be able to repair cars, they may have interests that you guys joined, but you didn't learn about it right away. It takes time to get to know people. So it's having vision and looking for that potential in people. And when you start looking for it in other people, you can see it in yourself.
Very good.
If you do not give other people, the chance to have potential that's unseen, you'll never give it to yourself. The biggest limitation people put on themselves is saying, I can't.
Absolutely.
When you do that, you say, basically, there's nothing I can do about it. And that's never true. You can always do something about it. It may be difficult. It may take a while. It may not have a guarantee of success, but there is something you can do about it. And get I can't out of your vocabulary. Always change it to, well, I don't want to work out. I don't want to hire a meal planner. I don't want to change my lifestyle.
Be honest about it.
Exactly. And I think that's the toughest change for people, because when they go from I can't to I don't want, they have to take responsibility for their choices.
Very good points. Thinking out loud, of course, with Nick Childress here, Private Gym Training. And this obviously focuses then, from your perspective, onto the, do I need or do I want to go ahead and undertake training for myself?
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think it's more than that. A lot of people get into fitness to any degree because of aesthetics. They want to look better. They want to look slimmer. Some people have medical concerns or practical issues with just their day-to-day life. But if you get into fitness, it changes everything about you. It changes your mindset, changes your psychology, because suddenly you've done this thing that you never thought was possible before, and you've taken control of your life in one way, and that just goes to every part of your life. You start taking control of yourself in every aspect, whether that's career, education, family, relationships, because once you get empowered, taking control of yourself, it just spreads.
It's like tipping the row of dominoes.
It absolutely is. Yeah. And that's why I think it is the most important thing people can do for themselves today. It's better than making an extra 10 grand a year at a new job or whatever, because you're going to see bigger changes with this.
And healthier, certainly.
Yeah, I know your personal experience, Nick, certainly you lost, 140 pounds, I believe it was. Were you at the point to where you said before you lost that, I just can't do it, and you had to get to that point to where
I want to do it.
I want to do it?
Yeah, I was about 20 years. When I was 5 years old, I was in the top 1 percentile for weight. So I was basically born almost as fat as you can get.
Wow.
And stayed that way for 20 years. So there was never an idea in my head that I could change it. But slowly over time, in a year or two of my life at college, I got the idea, I got the time, I got the energy,
the vision,
and it started to change. And after literally a couple weeks, that's all it took for me to realize what was possible.
Yeah, I think if you get through the first 2 or 3 weeks, that's probably the hardest part, isn't it?
Yeah,
with that focus of vision that you were talking about.
Yeah,
absolutely. This wonderful information, great stuff from Nick Childress, Private Gym Training. Tell us about contact information and so forth, if you would, Nick.
Yeah, again, Private Gym Training. My name is Nick Childress. What I do is one-on-one training. You have the entire gym to yourself, so no self-consciousness, no waiting for equipment. You can get me at 430-8089. You can also go to my website, privategymtraining.com.
Okay, Nick Childress, always bringing us good information here on how to get fit with Nick. And we will look forward next week to you, and bring some warmer weather if you don't mind, Nick, okay?
Oh, I'll bring it. It's right in my pocket right here.
Great. No wonder you got your coat off here. See you next week.